Well, hello there and welcome to the Ballater Gallery video newsletter. So this is just the second one. We got really good feedback. We've been asked to continue these. People, obviously it's pretty disastrous that people from London, England, Glasgow, Edinburgh, none of you can come up to Ballater again, but hopefully it won't be too long before we see you. And there's great positivity in sight where we should be back to normal very soon. So the whole idea of the newsletter, which Tom, who gives me all the stats and everything, tells me have been popular, and we will probably even continue once the virus is over. So the idea behind the video newsletter is people are asking us, we can't come up, it's brilliant to hear what's going on at the gallery, what's arriving, what's selling. Well, I'm quite nosy, so I don't suppose I can object to anybody else being nosy. And the plans for the future. So our immediate plan for the future, which I think, I'm going to give a couple of little teasers today. Our winter show begins in earnest, probably the second week of December. And you must all drop a note. We've got the most beautiful, well, I hope it's going to be beautiful, catalogue coming out that will show all the current artists and examples of their stock. So that will sort of work together with the winter show, a catalogue to browse throughout. So the winter show, we'll probably do a separate video because we'll be not refurbishing, but taking everything off the walls of the gallery, putting up the winter show. We have 85 new paintings which have arrived for it, and then we'll update you further on that. But quite a lot of these paintings that have arrived are now on the website. So if you have a favourite artist, you can look at them on the website. And okay, they're not on display here yet, but actually a couple of them have already sold. In fact, just yesterday, one of Dale Bisland's, I think it was called Down at the Harbour, somebody absolutely fell for it and came a long way to buy it. So going back to the idea about what's been happening at the gallery, we have had some great feedback from people who haven't been able to come here, but I've sent private videos of paintings, or I've taken the paintings very safely to their houses that could be quite far away. Just to tell you about a few big sales before I tell you about some, if you like, smaller sales. Big paintings, I'm talking about big, not only in price, but big in size. We had the most beautiful Ian Faulkner painting, Sana Sands at Ardnamurchan, which went on the website and literally was with us for 1 hour and sold. I think its price tag was £28,000. And numerous people phoned afterwards inquiring about it. But if you're not fast, you're last, as they say. Big paintings also, Stephanie Roux had a really beautiful painting which never actually made the gallery, again because somebody fell for it and asked me to do a video. It's called The Waking, wonderful shades of red and the kimono style, and also two smaller ones by Stephanie Roux, also sold by somebody spotting that they were coming to the gallery but never made it here, and we prepared videos and they bought from that. Last weekend, I'll be honest, Ballater's quiet because we don't have all the travellers from Central Belt and the South. I'll tell you who had a real run. I think we sold 5 paintings for Jackie Henderson. Jackie Henderson's quirky, fun, well-executed paintings are very affordable, and I think we sold 5, and they were all between £350 and £1,250 for one that was called Sadie. I remember somebody just came in, it was in the wrapping and said they had to have that. So we're selling things. We're not complaining. What am I going to talk about here? I think I'll start maybe walking around and giving you the teasers. There are also 2 spectacular new Marion Drummond paintings, which are literally off her easel, and they've arrived here, which, just wait till you see them. While I'm standing up here also, we're talking about Christmas. These David Meredith bronzes, woodcock bronze, £1,250, solid bronze, cold bronze, they're just beautiful. And the pheasant taking flight, if you look at the detail in the wings here, They're rare limited editions, £1,950, £1,250. And the other thing, I really am beginning to sound like a QVC channel here in called Ballater. But if you would like to, we offer a gift voucher offering as well. So, for those of you who can't get to the gallery, looking up at this big, stunning painting here by David Smith. David's had a terrific run at the gallery. His paintings are really terrific, and if you just stop and look at it for a second, if you look at the colours, the textures of the oil and the linen, and the fun of the painting. So it's called the Orion, John's Haven. It's oil and linen, 40 by 40 inches, £4,300. There's already interest there. So again, talking about the gift idea, we've got new, I think this is a teaser, I think we've got 8 new ceramics coming in from Chris Taylor. We only have one left of, I think, 8, which we got probably about 8 months ago. And talking about bronzes, look at Diving Otter. This is on granite. It's solid bronze. It's about 2 feet high, and it's £1,500. So before I give you the teasers about some of the paintings that are particularly earmarked for the winter show, I'm just moving this chair, I wanted to show you the Marion drums. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll stand between both of them for a second and let you look at this. So Silver Stars, it's a huge painting, 3 feet by 3 feet plus the frame, which probably brings it pretty close to 4 feet by 4 feet, actually. Marion has beautiful frames. Look at the depth of the colours, the lilies, the jug, blues, purples, the shading of the water. I have a lady coming to see not only that one, but also this one, Scarlet, at lunchtime today. So I think there's a fair chance that one, if not both, might not be here. But this one is even bigger, 44 inches wide by 36 inches deep. Marion Drummond, top of her game. Her paintings sell very, very well throughout Britain. Everybody knows her technique, her soulfulness. She doesn't paint botanically. She paints with a lot of soul, with using, I'm boring you, I know, but using her fingers and rags with great effect. And if you just look, I don't know how she does it, but they've just got warmth and great levels of soul. I think I'm beginning to sound a bit of a sort of lovey gallerist now, but I think you would call her styling very painterly. So, teasers. I'm not going to show you what's in this one because this is particularly exciting and somebody's coming in to see that. So for a bit of fun here, I will show you a new one though that's arrived by Alison Cowan. Alison, when you look, I know I also keep repeating myself, but Alison Cowan has sold about 40 paintings with us in 1 year. And remember that the red dots on the website mean they're sold. We get so many people who come up asking. If you look at this painting, what will I do? I'll pop it on the chair for a second. This is called Frozen Leaves in Stream. So, Alison's the lady, Glasgow School of Art graduate. Oh, a long time ago. Alison won't mind me letting you know she's over 60, doesn't look it. And what a painting. The stream, the frozen leaves, the snow, and obviously a pretty poignant painting for our winter catalogue. There are about six new paintings by Alison. While we're looking at themes here, the David Smith painting here, just quickly, I'm trying to remember the name, I think it's called Winter Pines at Lagan. David Smith, RSW, RGI, it's 16 by 24. It's a really cracking, freshly painted piece. For those of you who don't know David Smith, he's not only a brilliant artist, but he's also an avid mountaineer, cyclist, he was telling me the other day, because he worked on 2 important commissions for us, people actually from London who'd missed the opportunity. They fell in love with a painting on the website and that had been sold. And then David, through ourselves obviously, came up, because the painting was Canvas May, and did a commission of a very similar painting, but much bigger. And he was telling me that he normally camps at the side of a loch or whatever, but this particular trip, and it was about 1 degree, he had all his Gore-Tex clothing on, and he didn't even put up a tent, and he was sleeping at the side of the loch, reading a horror book, and so a horror story rather, and wondered what all the pitter-patter, and then he found he was surrounded by deer. So not my kind of life, but hey-ho. So what will we talk about now? So we've been talking about the Marion Drummond. So another little teaser here. Cecilia Cardiff, a bit like Alison Cowan, hugely popular. I'm not taking the wrapping off because it's going back to the store. We have about 6 new paintings for the winter show from Cecilia Cardiff. I'm nodding at Tom. I think they're on the website, Tom, aren't they? So, Tom doesn't speak, but he is nodding here. I just wanted to show you the type of thing that somebody might even fancy buying for themselves or a loved one, a small Cecilia Cardiff. Who wouldn't want to open a bottle of Viv Clicquot, get a glass, even if you drink it all by yourself, after the kind of year we've all had. So there's a teaser, but there are a lot more and some much bigger paintings. I brought this one. Probably a bit bad brought this. I think there's going to be a lot of interest in this painting by Dale Bisland, Fisherman's Rest. Again, wintry, moody, dark, loads of atmosphere. Just look at the beautiful cottage. I can tell you where it is, but I'm not going to because I'm teasing you enough by even allowing you to see this. Beautifully painted on board. Fisherman's Rest, oil and panel, 40 by 60 centimetres, £1,495 by Dale. I think people know that Dale makes his own frames, as if one talent wasn't enough. Not that I'm envious. So that's a teaser for there, and I think I'll give you one more. This painting, bright and happy, looking over the loch by Roseanne Barr, a landscape to cheer everyone up. So I'm just going to finish off now, but just summarise the whole idea of a newsletter. There was a painting I was going to talk to you about. Well, have a look at this painting while I go and get something else. This is actually one of my favourite paintings in the gallery. I shouldn't say that. Glenn Schooler, right up there, and all the big names of British art, RSWRGI. Again, a way to celebrate. Gin, soda, tonic, lemons. Wonderful still life, big, 58 by 122 centimetres. An investment piece as well at £7,000. But what could that do to a kitchen dining or a dining room? I wanted to show you this little painting. We have what we call our private sales section, which few people have said to me, what does that mean? Occasionally, for regular customers, we have said, they might say, right, we've gone off that painting, we'd really like that painting, we might need to sell one to fund another, and we will sell on behalf of a regular client, or occasionally it can be paintings which are actually owned by the gallery. So this painting, we don't represent Katrina Miller, but this is in our private sales section. A very established, very well-known artist. This painting is called Dolores. It's fun, it's bright, it's happy. It's 34 by 26 centimetres plus the frame, and at £975. Private sales section, you will find some artists, as I say, they're not artists whom we represent, generally. I think I've got that right. But they're artists or paintings that we're selling on behalf of private clients or the gallery. Niall Hanna's in there, and there are a couple of really beautiful Niall Hanna's which have just arrived for the winter show on the private sale. So, Probably waffling a bit, but thank you for everybody for supporting us. Second update, if you like, on the newsletter videos. Keep an eye out for the winter show. It's coming very, very soon. I suppose you'll probably be watching this at the very end of November or the beginning of December. But the winter show is imminent. There's a beautiful, well, I keep saying this, but we've gone to an awful lot of effort to create our first proper catalogue, and it's the winter catalogue to go right into the start of the year. But in the meantime, thank you all for listening. I've told you about what's happening at the Ballater Gallery, and just remember there's one other thing, a little teaser. Apart from the Chris Taylor ceramics, hot off the press, I've at long last managed to persuade Archie McCall, one of the top potters, ceramicists in the country. Archie actually taught at Glasgow School of Art, but keep an eye out for them coming. I'm hoping that Tom can drop in and let you see a couple of these. He spent time travelling in Japan and Singapore, I think it was Singapore and Korea, and got a lot of his ideas there. He then ended up the head of department at Glasgow Art School, and now in retirement, he's creating seriously some of the most beautiful, well-priced ceramics, glazed on stone and porcelain. And come and see these. I'm not going to be taking these to a house to let them see, but come to the gallery to have a look. Thanks again.